Hello, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a fascinating aspect of life on Earth, how quickly it can sometimes adapt. We usually think of evolution as taking millions of years, but sometimes, life changes course in just a few generations. This is rapid evolutionary adaptation, and it's happening all around us, especially as our planet changes. It's crucial for species trying to survive. Sudden shifts, like climate change, pollution, or new diseases. So how does life pull off these quick changes? Well, there isn't just one way. Often the key is hidden within the population already. It's called standing genetic variation. Think of it like a diverse toolkit of genes, already present. When the environment changes, individuals with the right tools, beneficial genes for the new conditions, survive and reproduce better. Their useful genes quickly become more common. The more diverse a population's genes are to begin with, the better its chances. Sometimes, brand new solutions appear through de novo mutations. These are spontaneous genetic changes. If a new mutation offers a big advantage, it can spread like wildfire, especially in things with huge populations and short lifespans, like bacteria or insects. Another way is through mixing things up. Gene flow happens when individuals migrate and bring new genes into a population. Hybridization, mating between different groups or even species, can also introduce beneficial traits quickly, especially if those traits helped another group survive similar challenges. Then there's phenotypic plasticity. This is neat. It's the ability of one set of genes to produce different physical traits depending on the environment. Imagine a plant growing taller in shady areas. This isn't evolution of the genes themselves initially, but it lets organisms cope right now, buying time for genetic changes to potentially lock in that beneficial trait later. Finally, there's epigenetics. These are subtle modifications that change how genes are used without altering the DNA code itself. Environmental factors can trigger these changes, and sometimes they can even be passed down for a few generations, offering another route for rapid response, though we're still learning exactly how significant this is for long-term adaptation. We see rapid adaptation everywhere. Think about insects becoming resistant to pesticides just years after we start using them. Mosquitoes and crop pests are masters at this. Fish populations have evolved to tolerate industrial pollutants or warming waters, changing their body chemistry, or even when they breed, sometimes in just decades. The Atlantic killifish, surviving heavily polluted waters, is a prime example. Plants are adapting too, like the field mustard in California that evolved to flower earlier to cope with shorter rainy seasons. Even wildlife in our cities is changing quickly. Urban birds might alter their songs to be heard over traffic noise, and animals adapt their diets. Bacteria developing antibiotic resistance is perhaps the most famous and concerning example, driven by our own use of antibiotics. So rapid evolution isn't a myth. It shows life's incredible dynamism. It relies heavily on existing genetic diversity, but also uses new mutations, gene mixing, plasticity, and perhaps epigenetics. It allows species to keep pace, at least sometimes, with our rapidly changing world. Understanding this process is vital. It helps us predict how species might fare, informs conservation efforts, guides how we manage pests and diseases, and gives us a glimpse into the future of life in this human-dominated era. Thanks for tuning in.